Dillon Brooks, a player who's no stranger to controversy, recently found himself the subject of his own April Fool's Day joke, only it was at his expense. In an unexpected turn of events, the athlete, known for his bold and sometimes brash personality on the court, inadvertently made a fool out of himself. The incident, which seemed harmless at first, quickly spiraled into an embarrassing moment that fans and media alike were quick to seize upon. While April Fool's pranks are meant to be light-hearted, Brooks' attempt to joke around backfired in a way that left both his teammates and opponents scratching their heads. Whether intentional or a slip-up, it certainly became a moment to remember, reminding us all that sometimes the joke can be on us, even when we think we're the ones pulling the strings.
Dillon Brooks.
Just 24 hours after being ejected for an altercation with Kevin Durant, Dillon Brooks was back at it, eager to bring the heat against Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Brooks clearly wanted all the smoke, showing no signs of backing down. As soon as he knocked down his first shot, he turned to the crowd, yelling and fueling the intensity. It was as if he was challenging anyone who doubted him, further proving that Brooks thrives on the spotlight, even when he's in the midst of controversy. His fiery personality and aggressive play style were on full display, creating a spectacle for fans and players alike.
Nice stroke for him, putting it through.
Brooks was brimming with confidence, firing shot after shot with no hesitation. However, his shots weren't landing, and the same could be said for both teams during the first quarter. It was like watching a brick fest unfold, with both the Lakers and the Rockets combining for just 14 made shots out of 50 attempts in the first 12 minutes of the game. It was a dismal display of shooting, leaving fans and players frustrated. But in the second period, LeBron James took matters into his own hands, ensuring that the jinx was shaken off in style. With his signature playmaking and scoring ability, LeBron turned things around, putting the game back on track and showing the kind of leadership that can turn the momentum of a game.
Watches LeBron hit the three, as if he...
And then, in a shocking turn of events, it was Gabe Vincent, of all people, who took over the game and completely shifted the energy. The crowd had been waiting for someone to step up after the lackluster first quarter, and Vincent was the one who answered the call. Known primarily for his role as a reliable, steady presence, he suddenly became a whirlwind of intensity, putting on a scoring display that no one saw coming. As if flipping a switch, Vincent started draining shots from all over the court, his confidence soaring with every make. His movement was electric, and his fire was contagious, quickly spreading to his teammates. With every three-pointer, layup, and defensive stop, Vincent was breathing life back into the game. His unexpected explosion of skill and energy provided a much-needed spark, pushing the team forward and reminding everyone that even the most unlikely players can become the hero in pivotal moments. Fans were on their feet, energized by Vincent's performance, while his teammates fed off his momentum, making the game feel completely different than it had in the opening minutes. What started as a rough, low-scoring battle turned into a showcase of Vincent's ability to seize the moment and lead his team when they needed it.
In this building to the Lakers, great ball rotation, Vincent is open. It is a three for the Laker guard.
Vincent, with his sudden surge of confidence and skill, reminded everyone of his playoff form from his time with the Miami Heat. His performance was a flashback to those pivotal moments when he stepped up under pressure, showing he could thrive when the stakes were high. His shots were falling, his defense was tight, and his overall energy injected a much-needed jolt into the game. But it wasn't just Vincent lighting things up. Luka Doncic, ever the magician on the court, was doing his part to keep things exciting as well. With his signature finesse, Luka dazzled the crowd, pulling off moves that seemed almost impossible. Whether it was threading the needle with pinpoint passes or hitting tough shots from deep, Luka was once again showing why he's one of the league's most unpredictable and electrifying players. The game had now turned into a back-and-forth spectacle, with Vincent and Luka exchanging blows, each one keeping the crowd on the edge of their seat.
With Brooklyn in the corner, three. Oh, he caught it! Vincent a triple! Wow!
3 straight triples.
Wow, Gabe Vincent was on fire. He hit 3 straight triples, and just like that, the Lakers had tied the game. The momentum was clearly shifting in their direction, with Vincent leading the charge and energizing his team. But Luka Doncic wasn't, about to let the game slip away. Seeing the tide turn, he immediately pushed the pedal to the metal, refusing to let the Lakers gain any more ground. Luka's response was swift and decisive, using his dazzling skills to reassert control. Whether it was a deep three, a slick drive to the rim, or a clutch assist, Luka was on a mission to make sure his team didn't lose their edge. The back and forth between Vincent's hot streak and Luka's relentless play made for an electrifying spectacle, keeping everyone glued to the action.
Clock down to 5, now Şengün out there, and Luka still...
Luka Doncic was in full control, pulling off a jaw-dropping move. That left Shannon completely dizzy, before calmly finding Dorian Finney-Smith for an easy bucket. It was a beautiful display of Luka's court vision and skill, and just when it looked like he might have been done, he had a few choice words for the Rockets bench, adding a little more fuel to the fire. The intensity was palpable, as Luka was making his presence felt both on and off the ball, but the game wasn't over yet. After a dramatic first half, the Lakers came out in the third quarter with a bang. They weren't about to let the momentum slip, and the energy was contagious. Whether it was a fast break, a big shot, or a defensive stop, the Lakers looked like a different team, determined to make their push and get back in control of the game. The tension was building, and it was clear that the second half would be just as intense as the first.
Here we go. Inside, James cutting. Oh, and Jackson Hayes. Doncic on top.
Hayes put on a show with a terrific move, showcasing his agility and skill. Thanks to a beautiful feed from Luka Doncic, Hayes was able to finish strong with a thunderous poster jam on Ali, sending the crowd into a frenzy. It was one of those jaw-dropping moments that gets fans out of their seats, reminding everyone of Hayes' athleticism. However, Dillon Brooks wasn't about to let the Lakers' momentum swing for too long. He quickly responded by knocking down 2 consecutive buckets, steadying the ship for the Rockets and making sure they didn't fall too far behind. It was a crucial sequence for both teams as each player tried to make their mark and control the flow of the game.
Doncic is out there to meet him and close. And now Brooks will go for 2 with a nice jab step to put on the brakes. Brooks will put up a 3. Nice shot outside, Dillon Brooks.
That Dillon Brooks was getting a little too hyped, LeBron James decided to step in and calm him down. James, as always, was the voice of reason on the court. With his veteran presence and understanding of the game's flow, he knew that Brooks' energy could quickly turn into something that could hurt his team if left unchecked. LeBron, with a mix of experience and composure, managed to get Brooks' focus back where it needed to be, showing that sometimes the best way to deal with an opponent's intensity is to remain cool and composed. It was a subtle reminder of LeBron's leadership and the impact of his ability to control the game's pace, even in the heat of the moment.
LeBron on the move, the bump, the spin into Brooks. Oh, what a punch!
Dorian Finney-Smith caught fire in the third quarter, much like Gabe Vincent had in the second. Once he found his rhythm, there was no stopping him. Finney-Smith began hitting shots from all over the court, draining threes and making key plays that energized his team. His sudden offensive burst brought new life to the game and kept the pressure on the Lakers. Just like Vincent's hot streak, Finney-Smith's explosion was a game-changer, helping to swing momentum back in favor of his team. As the crowd roared with every make, it was clear that this game was becoming a back-and-forth battle, with each player rising to the occasion when their team needed them most.
Doncic to Finney-Smith for 3. Beautiful assist by Luka Doncic. Off the bench, 3 of 8. Long shot. Finney-Smith knocks down another one.
Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent were absolutely huge for the Lakers in this game, both delivering major performances off the bench. Each of them knocked down 6 threes, finishing with 20 points apiece, providing a massive boost for a team that was hungry for production beyond their starters. Their offensive contributions were like a shot of adrenaline, propelling the Lakers forward and giving them the depth they needed to keep up with the fast-paced action. However, on the other end of the court, things started to get chippy. As the intensity of the game ramped up, players from both teams began to show frustration, with some hard fouls and heated exchanges. The physicality of the game started to boil over, creating a tense atmosphere that added even more drama to an already intense matchup. With both teams fighting tooth and nail for control, it was clear that emotions were running high.
Another try for the Rockets. Look at Brooks working inside on Reed. And words.
Double technical for Adams and Finney-Smith.
Tough layup, Dillon Brooks got right in Luka Doncic's face, trying to talk some trash. But Luka, as cool and collected as ever, was completely unfazed by the antics. He just shrugged it off, not allowing Brooks' attempts to get under his skin. However, Brooks wasn't done yet. He continued to chirp on the defensive end, trying to get into Luka's head with some verbal jabs. Despite the noise and the physicality, Luka remained focused on the game, not letting Brooks's words distract him from his mission. It was clear that Brooks was trying to rattle Luka, but the young star's composure was on full display as he kept his cool and let his game do the talking. With both Luka Doncic and LeBron James struggling to find their shooting touch in this game, combining for just 11 of 28 from the field, the spotlight shifted to the other players for the Lakers. Despite the struggles of their two superstars, the rest of the team stepped up in a big way. Players like Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, and others played crucial roles, picking up the slack and ensuring the Lakers stayed in the game. Their contributions were vital, whether it was knocking down threes, making defensive plays, or simply providing the energy and hustle needed to keep the game competitive. It was a reminder that in basketball, it's not always about the stars. Sometimes the role players can make all the difference when it matters most.
Three. Vincent, another one. Vincent and Finney-Smith have been absolute three-point machines tonight. Doncic, Thompson slow to get up the other way. Pippen will fly inside. LeBron a screen, into LeBron screen roll, and in the corner three, Hachimura.
We watched Amen Thompson throw down a powerful dunk to kick off the fourth quarter. Coach Reich took a moment to drop some wisdom on his team. With the game still up for grabs, he reminded his players about the importance of staying focused and executing under pressure. He emphasized playing smart, taking the right shots, and sticking to their defensive principles. His words were meant to calm the nerves and refocus everyone after the intensity of the previous quarters. Coach Reich knew that the game wasn't won yet, and it was crucial for the team to remain disciplined, trust in their preparation, and keep pushing through until the final buzzer. It was the kind of leadership that could make a difference in such a tight contest, motivating the players to finish strong.
When we get the ball, we should probably not pass it to the other team.
LeBron working inside. Look at Brooks, the tenacious defense, knocked it away. LeBron retrieves.